Episode 20, Enjoyour24. We got Luka Petkovic on the pod today. A man of many talents, versatile, and one of my longest friends, closest friends for 20 years, and it's episode 20, so just had to do it. Enjoy. So you're Serbian.
I'm Serbian.
For anyone that doesn't know, Eastern European, one of the most Serbian guys you'll ever meet.
Djokovic.
Yeah, I've known this guy since fucking 10 years old.
Earlier, bro.
Earlier,
like grade 6, 7 years old.
6, 7 years
Hawks,
old,
baby.
Yeah.
Lionsgate soccer.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I first practice came in with the tie-dye shirt.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
Yeah.
First practice of the tie. I'm like, who's this kid wearing the tie-dye shirt? What is this, finger painting? No, it's just soccer. Get your shit together.
Dude, you've been the same way since then.
Yeah, I know.
Since then.
Oh yeah.
Like how you are right now, for people listening, watching, whatever you are, this guy's been the same way for fucking 26 years, 27 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Just don't change, baby.
You just don't fucking...
I'm a trailblazer. I'm a trailblazer. I just live the life that I want to live.
Dude, you're very patriotic about Serbia.
Yeah, I am. I'm a big patriot. I think most people that are, I guess, more like conservative or politically leaning right are definitely people who love their country, where they come from, you know.
Dude, I remember remember Joe Chamberlain?
Joe Chamberlain.
Yeah, the English kid.
British.
Yeah, British kid.
Yeah.
You put him in a headlock because he was like, Serbia sucks.
Did I put him in a headlock?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. That sounds like something I would do.
And
I tackled Ashkan when he was, Canucks, and he was like... Remember, and I got on top of him like a full mount in high school, and I had like my neck.
What did he say?
He's just talking shit about the Canucks, and then talking shit. And I don't know. I don't remember.
He was talking shit about Canucks?
Like the Canucks lost. He was a big Canucks fan. He was all emotional that day. I probably said something to trigger him, and then he said something, and I just.
Oh, and then he went back at you for like.
Yeah, something, and then
for you pissing him off.
Yeah, and then I just tackled him and just got him in a full mount. Yeah.
Dude, we're calling so many people out on this one. Fuck.
That's okay.
This one's gonna.
It's not a call out. It's just a story. What happened?
It's just a fact.
Yeah. You remember the football at elementary school?
Yeah.
Kenny Heights.
He's got
a scar. Should let the camera know. Tell the story. I gave him a scar. Rusty fence.
Yeah.
We were playing touch football, and I decided to make a tackle.
Yeah.
Mo decided to get it, sweep right.
LaDainian Tomlinson.
And I came in like brown hair lacquer. I gave him like brown hair lacquer in his prime, and I just put you into the fence.
Just cut the shit out of fucking my hand. It's been here for all my life. Every time I look at him, like,
that's crazy because that was over 15 years ago.
Oh, there it was.
Yeah, that was literally over 15 years ago.
Fuck, man. So long ago.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but that's okay.
Dude, it's always here. I don't know why it's here. I don't know why it's still here.
I got a scar right here, like my Harry Potter scar that I got when I was 2, and I'm 27 now, so 25 years. Potter? Harry? Is that Harry? You're a wizard, Harry.
So, man, recently, you've been in Serbia for a long time. You lived
10 months, yeah.
For 10 months.
I just didn't do COVID, right? So when March 2021, went down to Florida. Was supposed to stay in Miami for 2 weeks. Stayed for 2.5 months. After that, went to Dallas, Texas to see some friends and watch some NBA playoffs. And then after that, came back here. It was fully open. Flew July 20th to Serbia, and then September 2nd was my flight back, and they were shutting everything down. Everything there was fully open. I said, peace, I'm just gonna stay here. I think people here they're like, how come he can be so gone for so long? What the? I'm like, people, I have friends there that I've known for 20 years. Like my friend's wedding that I'm going to next week or this week, I've known him since I was 5. So 22 years.
In Serbia?
Yeah, in Serbia. Because I used to spend my summers there as a child. So those kids were like, play pickup basketball, play pickup soccer. Like I've known them, like we would go to my grandparents lived in like a complex of buildings, and in the middle there's a basketball court and a tennis court and a soccer like court. And sports there is like such a big part of the culture. It's like sports are so important. Like if you're not playing sports, you're a weirdo. Like what are you doing? like play sports, right? And this is back in the day, right? This is like late 90s, early 2000s. So there's no Instagram, there's no TikTok. Video games are like N64. So like you want to be outside, and literally I would play sports all day. Like you would go outside at like noon or 12, or sometimes it'd get really hot, so you'd wait till like 4. And you would literally play basketball or soccer for like 5 hours. Yeah. Just pick up. And there'd be kids. There'd be like 150 kids, and you have like 2 teams playing. Like if you lose, you don't play for another hour. So it's it makes it super competitive. I broke my hand when I was literally 11 years old playing soccer there. That's how intense it got.
Broke a fucking hand.
I broke a hand. I broke my hand playing soccer.
The fuck?
It's the only time I've broken a bone. It was there. Yeah, it just got intense. So yeah, that was I think that definitely gave me like a competitive drive.
Is it still like that though in Serbia?
Yeah, kids play. Oh yeah, the pickups and stuff. Yeah, I was just playing in the men's league there, which was amazing. It was like ex EuroLeague, Euro Cup guys, and a lot of technical fouls. A lot. People are very competitive. So anytime you play any, like, they're not there for a good time. They're there to have fun, but there's not like have fun. Like, it's like I'm winning. I have fun when I win is the mentality. It's not like, oh, we lost by 40, but I had a good time. It's like, no, like they're not trying to get embarrassed. You're not trying to get embarrassed. So yeah, a lot of fights.
It's different though, man.
Like, I had guys trying to fight my teammates like a month ago when we were playing. Like a straight up brawl outside like you're walking outside and the guy wants to fight.
Do you remember JBCC though? Like when we were in high school growing up.
Oh
like
yeah, it was great.
Fucking Delbrook every Friday night.
There's no runs anymore.
That's the thing, dude. These kids, like I coach, right?
Yeah.
These kids don't have any runs they go to.
Friday night, 6 to 8 Delbrook, 8 to 10 JBCC, maybe every Friday for like 5 years. Friday,
dude, and everyone would come.
And Simon would come.
Simon, Akbo.
Yeah.
Fucking. So like, dude, like all like Addison, all those guys,
everybody.
People would get after it, man. It's different, man. People are becoming like.
Dude, JBCC was great. You had 2 full courts going. You had like, I don't know, you probably had 50 to 60 guys in there.
It got competitive, man.
It got really competitive.
Talking shit.
Absolutely.
You know,
that's so good for kids. Like now, I think they need that. They don't have like that atmosphere to grow up in. Like when you're 13, 14 years old, whether you're a basketball player, soccer player, tennis player, you want to play an 18-year-old. Like when you're a freshman, you want to play a senior in high school that's talking shit, that's dropping 30 on you. That's how you're going to get better.
Yeah.
Go into those runs, you know? Now it's like...
But they don't care. These kids don't care. We cared, though. We wanted to be good. Like,
dude, would look... On Monday, I would look forward to Friday.
Yeah.
Like Monday was like, oh, Simon talked shit last Friday. I'm going to drop 30 on him this Friday. Like, oh, you know? Like, I would... the whole week, I would just be like, oh, this guy talks shit.
Dude, me too. I was like, fuck. Okay, like, Delbrook, like, let's go. Like, how am I going to play that night?
Yeah.
It was like a fucking real thing. It was like official.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like a game, real game. Yeah.
Oh, it kind of sucks now. Like I think growing up now would be a lot worse for me. I don't think because where would I get that competitive? Like every week I had like a outlet for like competitive drive, like everything.
You were different, dude. You were like weird, like competitive. Like you would fucking like.
Oh yeah, I broke TVs. I broke. My mom can tell you this story. I was playing a virtual tennis game like on Xbox One. I couldn't beat this level. I got so angry, just smashed the controller. Back in the day, I was like 10. I was like, what's wrong? I'm like, can't beat this guy. I was getting frustrated. Yeah, like 72 times I've tried. What the fuck? And yeah, basically, I've always been that way though.
I know,
I just want to win in everything.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember like the fucking 2K8, fucking Chris Wall on the run.
Oh yeah. That game winner I hit with Kobe. And then I jumped up in your house and smashed my head on the chandelier. Yeah.
Fuck.
That's the one time we played live for some guy. It was me and you or some guy.
Game winner, Kobe.
Yeah.
It was with Kobe too.
It was Kobe, baby.
Fuck.
R.I.P. baby.
R.I.P. Fuck, that was sad.
I wish it was LeBron too. Like, man, why did Kobe have to die?
Dude, what the fuck?
Why? Like, LeBron, like, I hate you. So if you ever see this, I hate you with a passion.
Why do you hate him?
I hate LeBron James for so many reasons. Number one, he literally does not know anything about politics and he gets involved. So, like, he just blurts out things right away.
Yeah.
Also, I hate this notion, like, for his I Promise school, right? So, you know, Bleacher Report, oh, LeBron James starts a new school. It's like, that school was primarily funded by the Ohio State taxpayers, but LeBron James gets all the credit. He doesn't come out and say that. He just takes all the credit for everything, right? Like, I think
it's a fact though. Like,
you can search this up, Google us, because I was like, I promise. How much does a school cost? LeBron James, I don't know. Like, and then you search it up, and no, it was a huge subsidy by
the China thing was pissed me off. You know about the China thing? So China went on strike. They were protesting.
Yeah,
the workers.
Well, that's his bag, right?
Yeah, exactly. All the work, and then Daryl Morey, he was Houston's general manager at that time.
Yeah.
He went on Twitter saying, wow, that's like good for the Chinese, people for standing up, protesting. And then LeBron said, no, it's not a good thing because his bag is connected
to
the workers because he's associated with Nike.
Yeah. And he also, what I don't like about him in general is like he portrays himself as this like family man and like all this stuff. It's like, dude, I know people in LA. Connor has literally been at a nightclub with him, with bottle service with LeBron James. Like, this guy, if you think he's faithful to his wife Savannah all the time, you are absolutely delusional and you need a reality check. Like, these guys are not faithful. That's all I
You
can
told
tell
me
you.
that.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah, but you don't know that for sure. You
I
don't.
know. I have eyewitnesses that have confirmed on spot. Dude, I know girls, I'm not going to name names, girls here from Vancouver that would go out in Las Vegas. Go out in Las Vegas with their friends, you know, bachelorette trip or whatever, and who's married with 3 kids at home, you know, he's a loving father, would literally try and hook up with them. I've seen DMs on their phone. I have seen DMs from on their phone. They said, look,
Dude.
they don't follow basketball. They said, this basketball player tried to hook up with me. I'm like, well, let me see what that is. Yeah, true story. Yeah.
So you're telling me that you could show me those DMs. You can't show me, but like you would be able to. Like this, it's like
I have
hard
seen
evidence.
Yes, I have seen the evidence from this girl. Yes,
It's positively identified as not tentative.
It's verified.
Verified.
Yes, it's verified. Also, dude,
Yeah,
one of my
shit's going viral. Fuck.
yeah. Russell, Peters. By the way, yeah. So then here's another story. I have a good friend. She lives in Chicago. Great girl, whatever. And I was in Miami. I met her in Miami. So how great is she? I don't know. And I was at the pool at the one hotel, and I said to her, you know, I said, let me grab your phone. Like, let me see, like, let me take your phone. I went into her phone, 25 NBA dudes DMing her. Boom. She had a boyfriend, but yeah. 25 NBA dudes just DMing her. Guys that you and I follow basketball, you would know. Some all-stars in there too. Not like sick players.
Yeah.
But like a goddamn NFL guys, like a bunch of guys. So that goes back to the thing you were talking about earlier in the cars. Like, it used to be back in the day, like, no, you know, you see a girl, you approach her, you try and get her number. Now it's like, you know, you don't know who you're competing against when you go after a girl. Like in Vancouver or anywhere, Toronto, Texas, wherever you are. You can see a girl and you can be like, oh, like she's into me. You don't know. She got 500 dudes DMing her. And out of those 500, 40 could be verified. And some of them can be the NBA, NFL, MLB, NHL. Definitely. Especially if she's like a really good looking girl. She will definitely.
There's no chance. Like, it's just.
It's not that you don't have a chance, but it's like.
Yeah.
I'm always an optimist, so I always believe I can do anything. But it's not that you don't have a chance. It's just like, just know, like, that's when you get into that category of like really extremely good looking women, you know, 8, 9, 10s, like, that will be the competition.
And that's why girls here are so entitled, man. It's hard. Girls here are fucking just very stuck up, very pretentious, always feel like, you know, everything's given to them on a fucking silver platter. So we talked about this, like, it's fucked.
So I haven't been here for a year basically, but how do you find it since you graduated high school to now, you know, we're almost 10 years out of high school. Like, how do you find that it's like changed? Or do you feel like they're the same? Dude,
every single girl, like you said, I've seen it, gets at least like, as we're speaking, 5 DMs a day of random people, random guys.
Yeah.
And like, I've seen a girl's DM that's like pretty good looking. It's like scrolling like pages and pages of fucking DMs.
Hey, I've seen that too. Yeah.
How are you, like, it's just validation. Like when you're getting that much validation, you're fucking, it's just like, you have to like there's like this like thing you have to like achieve to like even like get on her fucking radar.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not even that great. You're not even providing anything.
Yeah, she's just looks good.
You're just on IG. You're just looking good.
Asses.
You have makeup. That's it.
And photos of her ass. Don't forget the ass photos. You know?
Yeah, the cheekeries.
The cheekeries. Come on, baby.
Dude, it's, man, you haven't been here, and I talk about this with my friends. We talked about this in the car.
Yeah.
It's so fucking stressful for men right now in Vancouver, especially in Vancouver.
Yeah.
In every way, because you have to live up to a fucking certain standard in every single way possible. If you don't have a certain amount of money, a certain like image, a certain reputation, some sort of status, you're fucking thrown under a piece of fucking shit. There's fucking 50 feet of shit, fucking jizz, and then you.
Yeah, that's yeah, you're fucking scum.
And people,
you're dirty scum is what you are.
Dude, but and people were like, oh, you know, like the, you know, men and women have but
you do know the, like, do you know that Valuetainment podcast?
I do. I love that.
Yeah,
podcast.
So there's a guy that came on there, I forget what his name is, he's an author of a book, and he talks about SMV, sexual market value. Like, the sexual market value of a woman is from 18 to 28. So like all this that you're talking about, like the multiple DMs, this, like she thinks she's Kim K, she's a Kardashian, her ego's inflated. That happens because she's really wanted until she's 28. After a woman hits a certain age, right? Like as a dude, you can have kids when you're 70, right? As a woman, like after 35.
Your market value actually goes up after 30 as a man.
Yeah, well,
statistically proven. Hey, don't like. The
guy says 36, and it's based on studies. I don't know. You can find the episode. You can look at the book. I read a nice snippet of the book. He said that men are in their prime at 36, and women are from basically 18 to 28. And he said after 28, the value of a woman goes down. Because think about it. If you're wealthy and you're an old guy, what do you see all the time in any culture? Vancouver, Toronto, anywhere in the world. If you see a 40-year-old, he's going to be with like a hot 22-year-old, 23-year-old, right? If he's got money, especially.
Yeah.
And the girls that are young, they're going to go after him because he's got the money. Because they're like, right, he hit his peak at 36. He started making really good money. They're going to want that. So he's not going to go for the 32-year-old that's been, run through by like a bunch of dudes and like whatever. And it's like washed up. It's like, ah.
But that's the thing, man. Like, and here's the thing for people listening. Me and Luka are misogynistic. We love women. We love women. We love our like moms. We have fucking relatives that are women.
I'm the biggest gentleman I know. When I go out with a girl, I treat her with the absolute most respect.
Absolutely. But the thing is, it just girls hold themselves to like this delusional standard where guys are always behind trying to play catch up.
Well, that goes back to the thing where like women want what they can't have, right? Like she's got like 40 dudes in her DMs. First of all, I don't know. It's probably worked for people. I don't think I've ever met up, hooked up, dated a girl that I met off a DM, because I think that like you said, you're just a name. Like when you're on a dating app, you're a photo and a name. She swiped right, whatever. Now there's like hundreds of you. But if you see a girl at a bar and you come up to her and you get her number, you have a way better chance of going on a date with her or being with her because you're not just like a random dude.
But man, yeah, I don't know, man. One thing
a lot of guys don't have the balls. A lot of guys can slide into the DMs, but not a lot of guys can see a girl at a bar and be like, yo, I find her pretty. I'm just gonna go talk to her. Oh, do you know her? She's in a group of 6 friends. I don't care. I'm gonna say hi. She rejects me. Guys are afraid of rejection, so then they don't want to do it. Why are you afraid of rejection? You fail at everything in life. That's how you get better. I started playing tennis 2 years ago. I did not know how to hit a tennis ball, even though I've been obsessed with tennis my whole life because of Djokovic. But same neighborhood, Banitsa Idemo. Yeah, and dude, I was like, "What? I suck." And for me, it's like I suck at tennis. I want to keep doing this to get better. It's like a motivate. It gets fun. It should be the same way with women. If you get one, you get rejected. You get rejected. You get rejected. You'll eventually.
I get that point. I get it, and like I agree with you 100%. But the thing is, what I'm trying to get to is that it's like you can't trust there's a lot of the same tendencies with every single girl here.
Well, they all dress the same. They all go to Aritzia.
All the same kind of...
We get it. You have those Fila shoes, the white fucking low-cut Converse, and you have those Adidas Superstars. We get it. You got 3 pairs of shoes in your closet. Oh, the white Air Force One lows as well, all right? Very creative, girls. Very creative.
But man, it's just like... Here, it's like... You're always competing. Always in the mindset of like... Some of these bitches act like they're too much. Like they're fucking... Like I said, man, like when I went to Mansion that one night, every single chick there thought they were Kim K. Why? Why do you guys have that fucking sense of entitlement? Why do you guys have that
50 DMs? The 50 DMs. She's like, wow, look at the supply and demand, right? She's like, wow, my demand is so hot right now. Like I am like the hottest thing since, whatever. I'm sizzling right now, but hibachi, right? So... She's literally goes to that club. She's like, I can literally, and also, dude, we can get into this topic too, but like when girls are like, oh, well, if a girl sleeps with a lot of guys, she's a hoe. But if a guy does it, he's a player. Like, he's good. I'm like, yeah. You know why? Yeah. Because you have 50 DMs of guys that want to sleep with you at your fingertips. You got to remember too, we live in a weird society where humans have never been more like a piece of meat ever. Like, think about this. You can go on your phone right now and swipe, and you can literally get access to hundreds of women right now on your phone, hundreds of women. You would have to, 20 years ago, literally spend 5 years going out to different bars, different clubs, approaching different women, getting their numbers to get 100 women's phone numbers. Now, You can spend a week on Tinder and be like, whoop, okay, hey, you can send me your number. Hey, Snapchat, whoop, boom, boom, boom. Like, it's not good. It's a big serotonin. I don't know if you can read a lot of studies, but like you're swiping, it releases serotonin, right? So it's addictive, right? So you're like, whoa, I'm addicted to this. That's not natural. No, you should not see 100 women in a day.
Right.
You shouldn't be like, whoa, look at that, look at that body. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a weird time, right? Remember when Tinder came out? Someone's like, oh, you swipe and you just like meet up with the person?
Tinder was like
what?
It was like 2014 when we just graduated high school.
I know. I remember I was in Massachusetts at Deerfield and I came back for winter break. So I was like, yeah, you should try this thing called Tinder. What the hell is Tinder? Did you think about it? Before you had Tinder, how did you meet every single girl that you went on a date with?
Fuck, man.
High school parties, man.
High school parties. I mean, just
those all-age event things.
Yeah, fusion and fucking voltage. Greasy.
Voltage. I went to Voltage last night. It was sick, bro. Yeah.
That shit was greasy, but man, what a fucking time.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, the one I went to was in the West Van ice rink.
Oh.
Yeah. They rented out the fucking...
Remember the one that Simon used to do by Park Royal? Shore or something? It was like all-ages club. You remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, man.
But you'd have to go meet a girl. Like, you would go to this events.
Yeah.
Not know a single
chick. Fireworks, man.
Fireworks,
outside.
Dude, fireworks were great. Canada Day.
Yeah.
Don't know a single girl. You go there, boom.
Yeah.
You get her number right now. It's not... Do people even do that anymore? No.
Yeah.
I guess they meet when they go out, but still.
One thing, though, like...
Everyone's cliqued up, too, right? Once people go out, they don't really go out to meet new people. They go out with, like, 6 friends, and dudes go out with 6 friends, and sometimes... you just end up staying with your friends. People aren't really like intermeshing. Also, that's why like this whole people think Vancouver is like Canadians are really nice. Yeah, like people in Saskatoon are really nice, but like Vancouver is not like.
No, we're not nice.
It's not nice at all.
Absolutely not.
Disgusting. It's like when I was living in Dallas, people are 15 times nicer. People would let me borrow their cars. I'd barely know them. People would give me a place to stay if I didn't need it, but they would way nicer. Southern hospitality. Wow, better. Yeah. I like it, dude. Maybe it's the rain. I don't know. People get depressed here. I'm sad. It's raining.
Dude, even like I've seen on TikTok like hot fucking girls have a hard time finding friends. Dude, people here just like I don't know what it is.
Don't get me started with girls and their friends. Okay, to all the girls out there, she's not your best friend. And what I mean by that is, do you know how many times I've seen? Okay, a good friend of mine, he has a girlfriend. Another friend of mine, he has a girlfriend. Oh, they start hanging out. The girlfriends think they're best friends forever. They're like, oh my God, she's my bestie. I've known her for 3 weeks, but she's my bestie. She completes my soul. I'm like, shut up. You don't even know her. Shut your freaking mouth. And they act like they're best friends. And guess what happens? When they break up, the guy and the girl break up, they're not besties anymore. You know, when the guys...
People here are fake, really fake.
I just don't...
That's part of it too.
Someone can't be your best friend if you know them for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Yeah. You know, like, and that's true. You see that. Like, that's what, like, you know, bros before hoes. Like, if someone's like your actual brother, like your friend, like you've known them for so long, like, you should never like, nothing's gonna get in between you. A girl, you know, business stuff, like, you should be able to get through everything together. It's just...
Yeah.
Finding friends. I hear that a lot from girls that move here or people in general. They're like, hey, I moved to Vancouver like when I'm 28, 29. Yeah. Like,
it's the people that move here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Why is it so hard to
make friends here?
Why are people so like passive aggressive mean? Just people aren't kind here, man.
Yeah. And also
most people, like, I'm not talking like, not, you know, like not everyone's like that. There are nice people obviously, but like, man, it's just yeah, I don't know. It's a weird,
you know, I obviously know a lot of people in the city. I'm born and raised here, but like people operate and flow in cliques here. If you've noticed, like no one ever just goes out and meets like new guys and like, hey buddy, what's your name? Your name's John. Oh, where are you from? Oh, Moose Jaw. Oh, nice to meet you. Eh? Oh, hey, you're from Moose Jaw. Eh? Oh, good. You play hockey. Oh, me too. Hey, have you good day? You too. You gonna hit the bar later? Sure. Let's go watch the NHL. You know, people don't do that. Like people move in cliques. Like 6 guys come together, whether they're from North Van, West Van, Surrey, Coquitlam, and they don't meet new friends. Like when you ask yourself, like, when's the last time you met a new friend, even as a guy?
Yeah,
like a new friend, like a guy you didn't know, know him, and like you loved him, you started hanging out with him. For me personally, I don't think I've made a new friend in Vancouver in a long time. I made a lot of new friends in Serbia just because, but that's Europe. Europe is a way different culture than here, right? It's all based on like social settings, social gatherings, like being out and about, being social, like, you know, the coffee cafe style life.
Normal, being able to conversate.
Well, like what's a cafe? A cafe, you sit and have coffee with someone and you watch people, right? Like it's people watching, right? So that's, in Europe, it's way more social. Like anywhere, you go from Barcelona, you go to Belgrade, you go to Paris, like people are having a great social life. And that's one thing when I was in Serbia the last 10 months, I was like, whoa, like you come back here, you're like, whoa, social life sucks. Because here you don't really see it like, oh, I'll see you Friday. Okay, but today's Monday. Yeah, well, I'm just not going to hang out with you for 5 days. I'm like, oh, okay. People only go out Friday and Saturday here. And I don't mean go out, but how many times do you grab a coffee on like a Tuesday afternoon with a buddy?
Yeah, yeah.
Like after work, yeah, let's grab a coffee on a Tuesday. No, everyone's like, I'm so busy.
Yeah.
I got Netflix. I can't meet you today. Sorry.
Sorry, bud.
Sorry, bud. Yeah.
Can't do it today.
It's weird. It's definitely out there and Europe in general, it's definitely a society based more on like social interactions, having fun. And that wears off on the women too. Yeah. But here's my thing in the defense of women, because I love them so much, is I understand like when they go out, if they have like, if they're defensive, because there's a lot of weirdos, there's a lot of creeps. So it's like, I get it. Like you've been verbally assaulted, or you've been, guys have come up to you and said really weird things to you for the last 3 times you've been out. So the 4th time you go out, if you're a nice guy, hey, how's your day doing? You know, she might just snap at you, not because you said something, but based on her previous experiences, right? So
yeah,
you got to factor that in too, right? Like there's a lot of weird social interactions here.
Right. But
she should have her blinders on. And also there's their jealous friend. You got to remember there's the jealous friend too. Like you like a girl, this has happened to everybody. You like a girl, you're talking to her, trying to get her number. Her friend who's slightly less good looking probably, you know, she's insecure about her own looks. Why isn't a guy talking to me? I don't know. What is she going to do? She's going to try and block your, you know, block your interaction with her friend, right? Just because of her own internal insecurity. She doesn't want her friend to be with a great guy or that. Right, she was like, hey, I don't want you. No. Like, right?
Even though, like, dude, I just went to Mexico a few weeks ago. And, like, even there, like, even if, like, a female doesn't even want to, like, they're not interested, they'll still talk to you. They'll still want to, like...
Oh yeah,
like just have some sort of like interaction where it's like, oh, okay, this person's like bringing something new to my life, some sort of value. Like, dude, I was talking to some fucking girl at the club in Mexico through Google Translate for an hour. She didn't know a lick of English.
Latina?
She was Mexican. She was from
that's different.
She was from Mexico City, and like
yeah,
she was
Latinas
there with.
Are amazing.
They're amazing, dude.
That's the same as Europe. But Latinas are amazing. Shout out to my Latinas out there. I love you all. Dude, Latinas are absolute. They're fiery, they're passionate, but that's a culture thing. Like I've been to Puerto Rico where literally the women would hit on me. I was just like, hey, ¿dónde está? Hey, ¿te gusta bailar? Yeah, me gusta bailar, sí. Nosotros bailamos mañana, señorita. De mano, hey.
Hola, chico.
Chico es muy guapo. Chico, ¿de dónde eres tú?
But why is it different, man? Like, I'm so sick of it.
Latin culture is like that. They're fiery. They love to love. They're passionate people. They're so great.
They're sexual, sensual, you know.
Everything. I love Latinas. Like, if I'm not going to marry a Serbian girl, my wife will probably be a Latina. Like a hot, sexy Latina, just because... That's the way they are. Like my brother went to Colombia. A lot of my friends have been to Argentina, Chile. Like that's how it is there. I was in Barcelona with my friend probably in February. I literally know grade 5. No, I know about grade 9 Spanish. That's how much Spanish I know. I was just pulling Spanish out of who knows where. I had a 1-hour conversation in Spanish. No translate, no nothing. My friend looks over at me. He speaks fluent Spanish. Serbian guy lives there. He said, how do you know Spanish? I said, I don't. I had to improvise. You know, she's hot. You know, I want to take her out. I got to learn. Got to be quick on your feet, baby. Dude's like, dude, you're speaking fluent Spanish for an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't know. But that's the culture. Here, it's not like that, dude. Here, it's not like that. There, it's like very friendly. Hey, how are you doing? So when you say I had a 1-hour conversation on Translate, dude, and
it was like enjoyable. Like we actually hung out after, right? Like it wasn't like, okay, like... But she wasn't hating it. She wasn't fucking wanting to like, you know, leave. Like she was actually interested in like, oh, this is a cool little thing. Google Translate. Like,
oh, absolutely. I did the same thing in Puerto Rico. It was so funny. She spoke no English. I was like, hey, you're cute. What's your name?
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's just fucking sick. It's like it's hard. It's hard.
It's a culture and a societal thing, though. It's a culture and societal. Because here's the thing, multiculturalism. You know, I might get canceled for this, but. What is the culture of Vancouver? What is the society? You just take people from all around the world, you interject them into one place, and then you think like, this place is going to have culture and society. How? You got a Filipino dude next to a Chinese dude, next to a guy from the Dominican Republic, next to a Serbian dude, next to a Paki dude, next to a guy from fucking Zimbabwe. next to a guy from Texas, next to a Canadian guy called Carl from Moose Jaw.
Yeah.
You know, they're not all going to be the same, you know?
Right.
So what is society? What is the culture here? Because there's so many cultures, and it's great, you know, mixing pot of cultures. You get a lot of good food, restaurants, you know, makes for, like, you know, in Vancouver, you can go out. It's different in the world. In Vancouver, you can go out and see every single type of ethnicity, race, whatever. But, like, what does that lead? Like, what is the national identity of the country? And then what is the, like...
Do you think that's important? Because, you know, but, like...
Because people are so different. Like, you take all those people from different places, you put them here, whatever, they're going to go out, their social norms and stuff are going to be different than the other guys or whatever. So it's like, what is accepted? What is it not? Like, obviously going out here is not the same as going out in Mexico. Going out in Jamaica is going to be different than going out here too.
Wouldn't that be, like, more applicable for, like, immigrants, though? Not people that were raised here?
Yeah.
Because they're part of, like, a guy from Zimbabwe or a guy from China, like a kid that's growing up here, they're gonna be fucking
no, but what I'm saying, that just like that scatteredness doesn't lead to like a central like way of doing things, right? Like, it's like, what's gonna take the precipice? What's gonna be, oh, this is how we do things in Vancouver, this is like the society.
Yeah, one thing I've heard actually is Vancouver has no like identity. It has no culture. That's actually one thing.
Well, we try and be like a wannabe LA, right? Everyone, it's like a wannabe LA with mountains, right? Like, I think Vancouver's 100 times better than LA in terms of like quality of life and cleanliness of the city and stuff. I mean, LA is disgusting now, but yeah, I would never live in LA either. Ew. I lived there for 6 months. Ew. But like every girl's like, I want to move to LA. I want to move to LA. I'm like, why do you want to move to LA?
Yeah.
What is an
actual, like, give me a list.
Well, yeah. Why do you want to move to LA? I want to go to freaking like Warwick on Wednesday. I'm like, really? I heard Drake was there last night. So what do you think? You're gonna marry Drake? You're gonna marry Drake if you see him there? Like, why do you want to go to LA?
Yeah.
Want to go to Disney World for a little bit? You know, that you're right. That it doesn't have an image. What is the culture, right? But again, though, like there's so many subcultures in Vancouver. It's so interesting.
Yeah.
Like you can just go to Richmond, you can go to bars there and just don't speak any English. People just won't speak English to you. It's fully Chinese, right?
Do you think people need to be more honest here, man? Like we talked about it before we got on. There's a lot of people that are silent, like right-wing people, silent conservatives.
Yeah, unfortunately, we live in a society now where you don't debate people on their ideas, right? You just cancel them. You just tattletale, right? Now it's like we live in a place where I don't like the way you think or the way you say things. Well, you know what? I'm just going to ruin your life. I'm going to call your employer and call you a racist. I'm going to ruin your life. That is scary. And it's scary because we don't have freedom of speech here in Canada like you do south of the border, right? And south of the border, you can actually say what you want other than, you know, screaming fire in a crowded theater. So basically, it's sad because people would speak out if there was not this repercussion, this cancel culture, this mob going after them. Like, what are you supposed to do? Like, if you're a guy, a girl, and you have an opinion and you post something online and then someone, you know, makes up an allegation against you and goes to your employer.
Is there a line though? Like, there's obviously a line. You can't, you obviously know, like, you can't say everything.
You can't say everything, but now it's like people get canceled
for anything. Yeah. For
anything.
Literally anything. I'm worried about this. Like, I actually am. As we're talking, I'm like, holy fuck, this is it. Well, like, I might get sent back to like...
I haven't started talking about political stuff yet. I mean, if I go down that road, we're done. If I go for what's here...
Dude, like, you're going into prison in Serbia, I'm going to prison in Iran. Like,
no, I'm not going to prison. I'm going to prison here. Justin Trudeau, I hate you very much. Yeah. Yeah, so, no, I mean... we don't have to get too political because if once that can of worm gets open,
but dude, it's scary. Like, you're always living in fear. That's one thing I'm noticing now. I can't, like, I don't know what I can or cannot post anymore or say.
You know what the problem is? These conversations. This is obviously recorded, going online, but it's sad because the real in-depth conversation, the political conversations, you can only have in person, over a coffee, over a drink with a buddy or people in your close friend group. Like, what do you think of this policy? What do you think of this? What do you think about this current conflict? You can't have those online anymore. You can't text about those. You can't have those on phone calls because it leaves proof, you know, someone might not like it. So,
yeah, like,
you just have to have a close group of friends and have them in person. And it's always better to have conversations in person anyways. But you can't record them or put them on it. You'll get canceled. You'll get destroyed.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
We're recording everything on like 10 different things right now.
Yeah, but we haven't said anything bad. What have I said? I'm talking about girls.
Have we said anything bad, Alex?
We haven't even started talking about politics.
You tell me, Alex, right now.
Just keep going.
Just keep going?
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay, he's gonna let me know after.
That's fine. We're
He's the moderator.
Yeah, that's good. We haven't talked about politics though, but speaking about politics. We talk about, you know what's funny about politics? The one thing I will say is a lot of people, they get caught up with like the federal election or down south in the US, their federal election, right? And they get so ramped up about, people don't realize that your local municipal elections that no one votes, like the voter turnout is like 6%, have such an effect on your daily life. If you live in a municipality, let's say Burnaby or Coquitlam or whatever, and they have a local election for mayor, and he says, okay, he puts in a new law, he allows Airbnbs, or he cancels Airbnbs. You want an Airbnb or place, boom, right there, you just lost money, right? Or he says, hey, we're doing this new infrastructure project. There's gonna be construction on the Smade Road in front of your house for the next 2 years. Oh, great, now I just added 45 minutes to my commute every day to work, like because of the construction. Those little things have a direct impact on your daily life. Donald Trump, Joe Biden are not affecting your daily life in Vancouver or in Toronto or whatever. They don't affect what's happening with you right now. Provincial elections too, right? Everyone, we talk about Justin Trudeau and the federal election that they called in COVID, but the provincial government has a lot of oversight, right? They control the healthcare system here, the educational system in the province. They do a lot of the infrastructure projects here. So, a lot of it's sad because like when John Horgan during COVID as well had the provincial election, like no one shows up. And like the Andrew Wilkinson was running on, I'm going to abolish PST. I'm going to get rid of ICBC. I think everyone listening to this podcast who drives a vehicle has dealt with ICBC. And a lot of them probably don't like ICBC. It's a communist-like organization is the best way I can put it. The government controls it. You have one option. If you don't like it, you can't drive, and there you go. You don't want to pay? Well, there you go, right? It's not like in the US where you have like 50 different insurance companies per state, and you can just choose who's the best provider and like, okay, right. Best service. So again, those are things that directly affect people's daily lives. They lose money, whether it's ICBC, whether it's the BC Liquor Board or stuff like that. And they're not passionate about it because it's not cool. It's not polarizing. If you and I were to talk about an hour about ICBC and political, like provincial infrastructure projects, it would be pretty boring, this podcast, and people wouldn't care. But if you talk about, Roe v. Wade, gun law, shooting in the US, these buzz topics, now, opa, everyone's listening. Oh, hey, here we go. Yeah. It catches people's attention. They want that. But, and
they're just listening to find things to like fucking crucify you on and just shit on you, not even actually listen with an open mind. Yeah. That's the one thing. Like, there's no way I can disagree anymore. I don't have an option to disagree with some things anymore.
That's sad.
It's fucking sad, man.
It is, yeah.
Like it's like I have handcuffs on. Like I can't think. Like if everyone's, especially on social media, if everyone's posting about one thing and they're all supporting one thing, if I fucking think about the opposite, like the complete opposite, man, I don't know. It's fucking sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a society, in a democratic society, which we apparently live in Canada, apparently, we are supposed to debate our ideas in an open forum, right? Like you're supposed to debate someone and the better idea would catch, the mass acceptance and win. That's what's supposed to happen. But unfortunately, that's not really, I mean, have you ever been to Parliament? Have you been to Parliament? It's a joke. I went to Parliament in Ottawa when my brother was going to law school there. I sat there for 2 hours. No one answered a question. And I'll give you a perfect example. The Conservative Party was asking the Liberals about the pipeline project that affects us here, when it would be approved, like they put a halt on it. And all the Liberals did for an hour and a half, the Liberal government of Canada, all they did is say, we've invested in Canadian jobs and security. We've invested in housing. The guy would say, that's great, you've invested in housing, but when will, I remember the guy, he said, when will the shovels be in the ground digging? Can you give me a date? And the guy's like, You know what? We invested in kindergartens across the country and preschools. We invested in face paint. I want you to know we put $35 million in face paint. It's like ridiculous things. The guy's like, okay, but I'm asking about a date when a shovel's going in the ground. And then you realize, like, dude, it starts from the top. Like, how do you expect, like, society, like, people, like, regular people to have open debates when in Parliament, which is supposed to be the most, you know, high level of government, you know, supposed to be debating things, best things for the country. There's no answers. No one answers any questions. They don't do anything. I mean, the Minister of Finance for this country is Christina Freeland, who has a journalism degree or a literature degree in Russian literature. She's the Minister of Finance. She is the head person of finances of Canada. She did not study finance in university or work in finance at all. That should just show you right there. So once you go there and you literally sit down in Parliament, you're like, this is inefficient. This is
where it all starts. This
Yeah.
is where, like,
Yeah.
it makes sense that the whole country's...
Well, the Freedom Convoy was such an interesting thing because I was in Europe and I was like, wow, this is like very unifying for the country. Like, I thought it was very, I don't know, like some people were for it, some people were against it.
Like the COVID restriction, like the
Freedom Convoy, like the truckers that went to Ottawa.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting because I've never seen something like that in Canadian history.
I mean, it was keeping up traffic at some points.
Yeah, but
it was directly affecting me. But like other than that, it's like, yeah, I mean, it's weird. I don't know when everything started changing. We talked about this in the car.
Yeah, it's dude. Well, like I said earlier, I'd be canceled if I was in high school now. Like if I was in grades 12 or 11 in high school right now, I would just be done.
Right.
Absolutely done. The things we used to say back in the day too. No one would take offense to it. You would just like say it.
People were less anxious too, man. People were less, there was less mental health fucking issues all around. It's a big part of it. People feel like they're trapped sometimes. Like they don't think it's a big deal, but it is. It directly affects them in the long run from afar.
So you're studying, you want to do a master's in counseling. What do you see like as a like, do you see like mental health like in people? Do you see
well, one of the things
it's on a rise, right?
Well, one of the things is that the notion that women are just put down and sort of oppressed in society is, I think it's completely wrong. We don't talk about men's mental health enough. There are more men in prison than women. There are more men than women committing suicide.
Oh yeah.
There are more men, trying to, provide for a family that, they are, they have to. And it's just not been being talked enough, man. And like, I see it with men around me all the time. I can see it in their presence and their energy. It's just like, it's crippling.
What do you think that their main like issue is for falling into that deep depression? Or
I mean, fuck, every guy, heterosexual man wants a female.
Yeah.
And like we talked about before, it's very hard to find that companionship right now. And it's a big part of it, and it's because there is this sense of women look down on men right now in terms of who you are, what your social status, what your income is, how good looking you are, your social status, your social group, your market value, all of that is being taken into account. Women, you just have to look good. Let's be honest, women. Like, a man has to make $10 million, millions of dollars a year, have that income, and that's when the women come to them. A woman gets 1 million DMs just by makeup. That right there. Like, men just have to work harder to hold this presence and have value. There's more things that men have to work on to, gain value. And I'm not saying women don't do that and like they shouldn't be doing that. By all means, they should be, bettering themselves and doing different things. But it's just, I'm just saying is that...
Well, that, I will say it depends on the type of woman you're for. Like, I think like, a woman has to match your intelligence level. And what I mean by that is like, I find it extremely attractive when a woman has like a business, or she has a career, or she's very like driven and like, you know, she works, you know, I find that very sexy. More gets to the point, you know, there's the old cliche is like, looks don't matter, it's personality. It's like a little mixture of both. Obviously you want someone that you're physically attracted to, but like I find it personally attractive, someone that takes care of themselves in the gym, like works out, eats a healthy lifestyle. That's something I believe in. And then also has like a career, a passion. She went to university for marketing, or she's a dentist, she's a lawyer. Doesn't matter what she does, but she does it like every day. She loves what she does. I don't care if a girl's a freaking CEO, executive, or she's a fitness instructor, or she's a dentist. If she has a passion for what she does and she's like a grinder, like you can see in her, like she's like, oh, I have 20 girls in my class. I want to get to 200 girls in my class. And she's a fitness instructor. I love that. That means she's wakes up every day, she's grinding, and she knows what she wants to do. I think the problem with is the girls that you're describing is they don't know what they want to do for a living. They just have like some 9-to-5 job. You know, they're like, whatever, I'm doing this, whatever, just to pay the bills. I don't really care, right? And they're kind of lost in their career path or what they want to do. So they just kind of, you know, bleh.
But like initially, like the physical side of it, like what makes you attractive to women right off the bat is their looks.
Yeah, of
right?
course. Yeah, of course.
More and more now, women don't even like. It's not even.
But what do you
like,
get?
Who are you? Who is this person? Who are you? Do I know you? What sort of status do you have in this society, in this community? That's what it is.
Well, relationships are two things. You can have a real relationship where a guy and a girl, you depend on her, she depends on you, you're equals, you know, or you can just be like a gold digger. Like you can have the guy pay for you, give you a allowance every month, and you're basically, you know, his arm candy. He pays for your life, but are you really equal in that relationship? Like he pays for you, he sustains you, like he takes care of you. Now you ask yourself as a guy, what type of relationship do you want? You can, you know, there's guys that are happy to do that. There's guys that make a lot of money and they said, you know what, I just want the best looking girl that I can have. She has to do nothing. She can stay at home. But then there's women that would hate that would say, oh my God, that's the farthest thing I want. I want to be the best, you know, lawyer. I want to be the best surgeon. I want to be a veterinarian.
Well, that same woman, I guarantee you, if they made more than the man, or the man started like slacking a little bit or earning less for whatever reason, she would start looking down on that man.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Most women want a breadwinner. Yeah, you gotta
right? Like at the end of the day, like,
or at least make the
next best thing.
Yeah, but at least I make the same amount of money as her or more. Yeah.
Would you feel intimidated if your female partner was making more than you, earning more than you?
No, I wouldn't feel intimidated. Not at all. I mean, I would want to make more for her. I would strive to make more than her. But I wouldn't feel intimidated at all. Like, I don't know, maybe she's a brilliant coder and she just got a job at like Amazon, and then she fucking started her own tech company, and boom, things worth $10 million. And I would be proud of her. I'd be like, you are so sexy.
But like on the from the female perspective, and I don't know this for sure, but
maybe
I just
helped her. You know, I'm doing my job. Maybe she's like, hey, you know, you have a kid with that girl, and again, it's like, oh, you know, you help her to get to that goal because you need help, right? Like in terms of things like if a girl's making more money than you. Is she making it forever? Is her job, maybe she's a freaking brain surgeon and she's just gonna make more money than you for the rest of your life? That's fine.
Well, my point is that I have this sense, I have this very, you know, strong educated prediction that if you are within a relationship with a woman and she begins earning more than you, she will start looking down on you as inferior to her. And then there's like this battle where it's like, oh, I gotta live up to that standard. What's the next best thing? If a guy, it's just I've heard it before, dude.
Yeah, you've interviewed a lot of girls on this podcast.
I've heard females say specifically, like I was, for example, this one example I have, I was you know, one of my female friends, she was talking about her friend being with this guy, seeing this fucking guy that's an absolute fucking, just a dick, an asshole. He's not very good looking, just kind of like a piece of shit. I'm like, why the fuck is your friend with her? Like, what? Everything you just told me is the worst thing ever. And she literally said 2 words: money talks.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day,
Girls like
dude,
money.
like how am
All
I
girls
gonna
love money.
and that's the thing. How am I
love
gonna live in a society in Vancouver where that is so valued for, you know, that connection and that even
Well,
just
that's not a connection. That's a exchangement of goods. That's a fake.
I just don't trust it then. I just don't trust it.
That's a fake relationship. Because she hates
It's a transaction, yeah.
she hates the guy she's with, but he buys her stuff. So she's like, okay, I hate my life. I will exchange this horrible relationship.
I don't even think it was no, but I don't even think it was he was buying her stuff. It's just the fact that he had money.
He definitely bought her stuff. She wouldn't stay with him. I can tell you this. Like, girls are not going to stay with a rich guy. Like, they expect a handbag. They expect a wallet. You know. What does she get from it? I hate him. I hate his looks. I find him disgusting. It's okay. I got a Hermes bag. Oh, I got a $6,000 Chanel. Okay. I'm good for the next 4 months. And 4 months, you know. My birthday and Christmas, that's twice a year. They expect to have something.
Yeah.
If she's with a guy who she hates. I mean, not like if she doesn't find him attractive and all that, and she's just with him for the money, of course. That's why it's a funny relationship. It's an exchange. It's not a real relationship.
Mm.
And like, I don't understand what I get the guys in that perspective are like, don't you know she's with you for the money? Like, what do you...
Yeah, but I mean, he probably just doesn't care because he's getting pussy, right? Like, he's just sort of like...
Yeah, absolutely.
It's and based on like however much he's making, it could
be like it could be nothing. It could be like, oh, I make $600,000 a year and I just spend 1% on... I spend $20,000 a year on her. Okay, great.
And that's another thing, dude. There's so many of that it's just hard to, you know, it's hard to find a female that like doesn't expect you to do that. Like every it's like a theme. It's like I don't know.
I think there's a lot of girls like that. But there's a lot of good girls like in any society. There's like, are you going to the library? Are you meeting girls at the library?
No. Well, I mean,
you're meeting out of some like nasty nightclub. They're like, ew, disgusting. Like, go to the UBC or SFU library to see the girl that's in their like nose in the book grinding. Like, she does not have time for that. She's like, listen, she's not going to depend on a rich guy to take care of her. She's like, oh, I'm doing my master's and I'm doing my MBA. I'm doing this for me. Like, I want to live my own life, right?
Yeah.
Because there's something about financial freedom too. Like, a strong, independent woman is going to want to make her own money because she's going to be independent, right? If you're dependent on someone else, like the boyfriend in that scenario, you can't book yourself a vacation. You can't buy yourself a new car. Oh, I want to buy a pair of new shoes. I can't because I have to ask my boyfriend to give me money to do that or pay off my credit card if I do that, right? So I think it's definitely like... I get what you're saying. Definitely, it's a superficial society. But again, there's so many girls here. There's girls that are going to be listening to this, and they'll be like, "Oh, Mo, I'm not like that at all. Like, I'm about my
bro."
hustle,
When it comes down to it, the real tendency, the real female nature sometimes comes out in that sense. I'm not saying female nature in the sense that they want the next best.
You can't have a loser,
which is fine, by the way. Like, it's fine. Like, I'm not.
But if a girl's grinding and she's grinding and she's successful and she went to school, got her master's, whatever. She's a lawyer. I don't care what she does. She's got to want a guy with the same mentality. She's not going to want a guy who's like, yeah, I work at fucking Red Robin, and then in my meantime, I deliver for Panago. She'd be like, great, I went to law school. I went to university for 8 years. Like, you're not the type of guy for me. Like, it doesn't mean like... It's not always just money-wise. It's like mentality-wise. Like, she's grinding. She's trying to be a partner at a law firm. Well, you're grinding on a business, or you're grinding in your endeavor. Maybe you're in a sales job. You're in tech, and you're like, that's where you guys line up. You know, it's
same mentality.
That's like it's rare to see like a girl or a guy. A guy's like, oh, you know, I'm type A, super driven, super focused, and I'm with a girl that like doesn't do anything, or vice versa. Unless the girl's extremely good looking. Well, then you get back to your scenario we were talking about, right?
Yeah, I mean, I just still go. The thing is, you haven't been here and you haven't seen the phases that Vancouver's been going through, and it's more and more getting to the point where if you're good looking, you can basically get your hands on anything and get whatever you want as a woman. And by all means, like, do your thing. Like, I you know, it's fine. I would too if I was a woman that was good looking. I would, you know, try to get, milk the most out of it. But it's just, it's what I'm trying to circle back to is just that men are under so much pressure, especially in Vancouver, because of that.
No pressure, no diamonds, baby.
What was my saying? Tough times don't last. Tough people do.
There you go, baby.
Let's fucking go.
Oh, Kareem Red.
And dude, like, it's just men are more insecure. 100%. The anxiety and depression among men are going up.
Oh yeah.
So many guys that I know personally have told me that, dude, I'm fully depressed. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I don't know if I'm doing enough. And I'm like, and these guys are all like, Do
you feel like mental health has exploded? Like a lot of, like, from we were young to now, that a lot of more people have mental health problems?
Insanely.
Or do you think that it was like that before, but no one just talked about it? Now it's like not as stigmatized. Because you're in that field, that's what you're studying, that's what you're working in. Do you feel like it's the same number, just people are more open about it now? Or do you think it's actually increasing?
It's both. So people are more open about it, but it's way more prevalent in society. And it's partially due, it's mostly due because of social media and that, that comparison and that nature of always competing with each other. And who's this person doing? What's that guy doing? I'm not living up to this standard. I'm not living up to what a man should be. Right. And it's, I have that issue all the time. I have it. I think about it all the time. And it's the biggest thing for me personally is social media. I go on these fucking things and, see, bottle service, Friday night with, all these girls around them. And I'm just like, fuck, like, what am I don't have, like, I'm thinking, damn, like, what am I not doing that's not making that much money to be going to the club to getting those girls, right? It's like a fucking...
Do you want those girls, though? Do you want those girls? I don't want those girls. 27 years old. If I see that girl, I just, ew, you're disgusting. Get away from me. I don't know if you believe in Freud or whatever, Sigmund Freud, but, like, didn't you marry your mom? Like, my mom's a fucking straight A student engineer.
Yeah.
When I see a girl, like, well, I dropped out on a second year of Langara, and I don't know what I'm doing right now. My bottle service girl's up here. Like, you're disgusting. Get away from me. Like, you're absolutely disgusting. You want to bang? No. See you later. Bye. Like, I
wouldn't say disgusting. Like,
no, that's disgusting to me. You're disgusting. I would say you're fucking filthy.
They're working. They're disgusting. It's a honest living.
Yeah, they're disgusting to me. My point is, what the type of woman you want to be with? You want quality. You want values. And sometimes you might have to give up a little bit in the looks department if that's your thing to be with someone. Like, when people always say, oh, that's wifey material. That's wifey material. Do you really think that, like, those girls that you're talking about in your scenario, you're popping bottles at the club, and you think that's the woman you want to have children with? Spend 40, 50 years of your life with? It's like, yeah, after a long day of work, like, that's the person that's going to be taking care of my kids. Absolutely. I trust her.
I'm sure there's some sweet girls.
Absolutely. There are some amazing sweet girls, but I'm just saying in your scenario when you're like, oh, I want to make money, I want to pop bottles, I want to be with those
I'm not
chicks.
saying
that. Like, is that where you want to find a wife?
I'm not even saying that, though. I'm not even saying that's,
I don't even know any marriages that started in a nightclub.
Dude, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying, like, that's my goal to, like, pop bottles every Friday night. I actually don't.
No, but
like
I'm just
that.
saying,
that's not
like,
fun to me. But
so many girls in so many different places. Like, if you go, like, I don't know how to put this. Like, if you go to a rock concert, you're gonna find people that like rock music. If you go to a country music concert, they're gonna like country music. If you go to a nightclub that's about being pretentious, popping bottles, spending money, are you really gonna find the highest quality of girls that are like independent, self-confidence? No, you're gonna find the ones that you've described, right? It's like, meeting girls out here, it's like, you could luck of the draw, you could be a good girl, whatever, she's with her friends.
Good girls still go to the club, though. Like, that notion, I get what you mean. The notion of, like, do you really want to find a girl at the club? I get what you mean, but, like, good girls still go to the club. They still have fun, right? Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You ask her a couple questions. What are you, like, there's red flags. Like, I have a lot of things. I can ask a girl, like, 4 or 5 questions. I'll know, like, right away, like, I'm interested or I'm not interested. Because I'm 20. My dad got married at 27. I just turned 27. So it's like, I'm not, like, 21 anymore where I'm like, I'm just having fun. I'm going to be 40 at the club with sweatpants. Dude, go home and have children. You're weird. You're 46. Thomas, go. You know what I mean? People are weird, man. This city too, like, dude, if you're past 35 and you're clubbing, you're pathetic.
Yeah.
You're pathetic. I'm sorry. And this trigger someone like go have children. If you're a woman, go have children. If you're a dude, have a family.
I mean, bro, you can do whatever you want. It's I get
you can do whatever you
it's
want.
Like it's
but like,
just a weird. It's like
do you want to be that dude?
no.
No, you're like someone's dad at the club. Look, oh, there's Jamie's dad. He's in the nightclub. It's like you grew up with that guy.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie, your dad's here. He's hitting on a 19-year-old. Isn't he like 66? Yeah.
Yeah, that's the clip. That's the clip for TikTok.
Yeah,
that's the clip for TikTok. I'm putting that shit's going.
Absolutely, but you know what I'm saying? It's like,
yo, Alex, what are you writing there? I'm curious. Oh, okay. That's the first time he's making notes.
That's good. That's good. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, it's about value at the end of the day. You're gonna be with someone who has the same values as you and the same outlook on life. And looks go a long way, but they get old. Like if you're with the most beautiful girl, but you hate her guts and you hate her personality, you can be with her for a year, 2 years. Eventually, you're gonna get tired of her.
One thing I'll tell you, man.
Look at all the celebrities. They're so all these, and they all end up in divorce, right?
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm gonna tell you one thing, and this is gonna, resonate with you. And I always think of this. Have you ever texted a girl, "Hey, what are you doing tomorrow night? Do you want to hang out?" "Oh no, I can't. I got this to do." If it was Drake asking, do you think she would say that?
Absolutely not.
So it's like, what are we talking about here? What's the question here? Like we're like, I don't care like how
I don't get
it's
with
all
girls
about who you are, man, at this day and age.
Can you explain to me
sucks.
something? I will have an open question for all the women out there watching this. I don't get women that hook up with celebrities. So, they'd be like, fuck Justin Bieber. I hooked up with The Weeknd. It's like, first of all, you don't get access to his money. So you're not his girlfriend. So you don't get that. You don't get this clout because you're not on his Instagram. So you don't become famous. He literally treats you like a piece of trash. So come to my hotel room, sleeps with you, and kicks you out like a dirty dog. And then what do you get? You get to sometimes you have to sign an NDA, which you're in breach of by telling your friends you slept with him. So what do you get with sleeping with a celebrity? I don't understand. Like you get to brag to your inner friends that you slept with a celebrity. You're not a celebrity. You don't get the money. You don't get the lifestyle. Are you on the private jet? No. Like you're like a road. Like he's on concert in Vancouver of like 75 cities that he's going on concert. Where let's say Drake, for example, sleeps with a girl here. What happens next? You're nothing. You're just boom. See you later. So it
just sounds cool. It's cool. It's cool? A clout amongst their friends.
But they didn't get clout. Yeah, because Drake didn't post them.
And Drake would never, right?
And Drake will never admit that he's them, so it doesn't matter. So that's why I'm like, what do girls...
That's my point though, man.
I'm asking girls, what do you get with sleeping with a celebrity? You get nothing. You don't even get money.
Yeah, I mean, they get sex.
They get a one-night stand?
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be better to like reel them in and then like try and get some... I don't know. I'm just...
Get the bag, right?
Oh, just a question. Yeah.
But that's a different combo.
What was that Drake thing with the hot sauce and the condom or something? Remember someone?
Oh, then he puts
hot sauce in the condoms after he's done?
Yeah. No,
so
he put it on his dick or something, didn't he? Wait, hold on.
I thought he put it in after so like they can't like kills the sperms and stuff. But
is that what he does?
I thought so. I don't know. I just remember reading something.
I think Drake's a pretty corny guy, honestly. I love his music.
You used to be the biggest Drake fan ever?
Was I?
Yeah. I just don't know. I don't know what Drake's doing with his style. I think Drake has the worst stylist in North America. Like I think Drake is like, what's he doing? He's been wearing like baggy pants for the last like 15 years.
I mean, people will wear it, man.
I know. Drake is he's funny. He's definitely... It's getting to the point though where like he's got a kid though. Like he made a kid, right? So he's got a son.
He's a family man. Like
that's good. Good for him.
Yeah.
I bet you Drake, like at first when he found out that woman was pregnant, was probably not too excited. But now he's probably so happy that he has a son.
Yeah.
Right. Like kids are the most precious thing in the world, So
that's one thing. I want to have kids, man. I
want to have a lot of kids. I want to have 4 kids.
4 kids?
Probably 4 sons, but a daughter in there is fine too.
Why not a daughter, man?
Just 4 sons.
Yeah.
Just train all of them.
Yeah, play basketball.
About basketball, tennis, soccer, just become fucking extremely athletic and just absolute specimens. That's the thing, what I'm looking for. Like, my wife has to be over 5'9" and has to have an athletic background. That's what I was telling you in the car. My biggest turnoff is running form. someone's like running for him. If a woman does not know how to run properly, I'm so turned off. Like shaking and baking. I'm like, ew. Get your knees and your elbows in line, and let's hit the treadmill, baby. So yeah, that's running form's big for me. But there's also nothing sexier. If a woman's out there and she's fucking got good running form and she's athletic, I'm like, oh my goodness. Let's go. Barry's boot camp right now. You and me, hour and a half, double tread. Let's go. Let's sweat it up, baby. I love that. That's why a good hiking date's good too. Like, does she move? Is she athletic?
Yeah.
Any girl that's played any like high school level sports, collegiate sports,
that's key. If she played varsity, something.
Because
some sort of
I like that because most athletes, like girl athletes, they have some sort of level of discipline, like, you know, like practices early in the morning. Like, I mean, like even high school soccer girls, like they have to wake up at like 6 a.m. and be on the field at 6:30, and right because that for me is, but every guy's different, you know. That's just what I find really attractive. That's what I was saying. For me, like I don't care if a girl's wearing a dress and she's dolled up to the nines. Like I find her more attractive if she's in like Nike like sports bra and like leggings at the gym, and like how does she move? What does she look like there? You know?
Yeah.
She's wearing no makeup and has like her hair tied in a bun. Chilling with no makeup on. Drake, best I ever had.
Drizzy.
Hey, Drake, everybody. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, what do you look for?
Man, same thing, man.
Values. Family is the most important thing.
Family, yeah.
Her family.
Her family, yes.
What's her relationship with her father? That's a big one.
That's a big one.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, it was proven though that daddy issues isn't even. It's like even if you don't have daddy issues, quote unquote, or per se, it's you still can act like a girl that has daddy issues. So daddy issues is kind of ambiguous now. Yeah,
I don't mean daddy issues. I mean like when people don't understand, like, because my best friend, you know, he's getting married next summer, and when you marry a girl, you marry her family.
Yeah.
Usually, right?
You're part of the family. You're going into the family.
Of her family, too.
Yeah.
So, does she have brothers? Does she have sisters? Does she have cousins and uncles, her parents, her grandparents? You're marrying into her family. So, is her family great? Do you love her family? Or is her family dysfunctional and all this? And, like, are you never going to be close with them? So, that's why her family is really important. Because I come from a very tight-knit family. So, like, that's the number one thing I look for. Like, I wouldn't want to date a girl for, like, 6 months and then meet her family then. Yeah. And then like, oh my goodness, I hate her family. They're dysfunctional. They're psychotic or whatever. Then I would be like, whoa. Like, you know, a month in, I'm like, all right, let's meet your parents. Dinner at your mom's house.
Let's meet the Mr. and Mrs.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Nice to meet you.
I'm Luka.
Yeah.
I'm dating your daughter, Isabel.
Yeah, Isabel. Met her at the saloon on a Friday night. We were shooting and computing, if you know what I mean. I brought in my AR-15 and my musket, and we went and shot some duck after at a pond. It was a great night. We did that in Amarillo, Texas, by the way. Yeah, absolutely.
God damn, that's fucking good. Fucking shit,
Yo,
man.
talent agent, sign me. I'm ready, baby. I'm ready for my time. In front of the camera.
Yo, this is your auditioning video, I think.
Is it? This is just me every day. I talk like this every day.
I know. You
literally on my phone call here, I was talking with my friend. I was like, hey, how you doing, John? Sorry for missing your call. I'll call you right back. I just do that with my friends all the time. I mess around with them. I'm never serious. You met my dad. You know how it is.
Yeah.
And everything's acting.
You guys act
My dad just acts every day. He comes home from work. He's just a show. The theater begins. I always say, and action.
Yo, one thing I remember that you were really anal about whenever I slept over, and I slept over a lot.
Yeah.
It was whenever I took a piss, I had to rinse my hands.
Yeah.
At one time.
Wash your hands, yeah?
Yeah.
Pre-COVID, by the way. This is normal.
Pre-COVID.
Wash your hands. You pee, you wash your hands, yeah?
Like 06 to like 08, 09.
Yeah.
One morning at 6 a.m., I woke up. Everyone's asleep. I went to take a piss in your washroom.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man, I don't want to wash my hands. Fuck this shit. I walk out, and your brother's like, Mo, wash your hands.
Hey, Mo, you wash those filthy flippers right now. Right now.
Take none.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, we were hygienic, yeah, and my family still are.
Yeah.
That's why when COVID happened, I'm like, yeah, the people are like, wash your hands, cover your mouth when you sneeze. I'm like, Yeah, I was taught that when I was 4. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Don't do, yeah, you know, out in public. You're in a bus, sneeze around on people's shoulders. That's normal. Cover your mouth. Oh, yeah, you're going to, like, wipe your ass and not wash your hands? What are you, a fucking savage? Like, a barbarian? Like, yeah.
You're a fucking ape.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a fucking a chimpanzee.
Yeah, wash your hands, yeah. That's normal, yeah.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I talked to a bunch of doctors, and they said a lot of things was like, you know, the old, not all bags need drugs when we were kids, because, like, you getting sick, you can avoid, as you probably heard after COVID and everything, just, like, washing your hands, clearing your nasal cavities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
were you ever worried about it?
I had it twice. I had Delta, and then I had Omicron. Yo, funny story. So when I got COVID, this is so funny. I was in Serbia. I was in the back of an Uber. I was sweat. I woke up in a pool of sweat, like just a pool of sweat. I was like, oh, baby, I guess I did a workout in my sleep or something. I woke up in a pool, like drenched. I call my friend. I'm like, yo, we got the tennis lesson today. My friend's a professional tennis coach. He's like, yeah, it's at 9 a.m. I was like, 8:15. I'm like, all right, I'll be there. I get an Uber, dry myself with a towel. I get an Uber. I'm literally just 20-minute Uber ride. I get out of the Uber. I'm drenched again in sweat. I'm literally drenched. I get out of the Uber. He's like, what the fuck did you do? I'm like, what? I'm like, did you run here? I'm like, it's 25K. No, I did not run here because the tennis center was far away from my apartment. And he's like, dude, I think you're sick. And I'm like, did you pay for the court already? Like, did we book it? Did we pay? He's like, yeah. I'm like, we're going. Yeah, He's like, are you sure? I'm like, dude, mama didn't raise no bitch. Let's go. We're going, baby. So I played tennis for an hour and a half, full on, like, high symptoms, probably had like a 39 temperature. To make matters even worse, I finished playing. I was like, whoa, my head hurts. He's like, yeah. I'm like, whatever. And I'm like, you want to go lift? He's like, you want to go lift? I'm like, dude, I'm not going to wreck my daily schedule. Let's go. We play tennis. We lift after. He's like, all right. I go to the gym. My head hurts so much. I'm like, again, profusely wet of sweat right now. I'm just drenched. I started doing squats. I remember like squatting. I'm like, whoa, my head is like detaching from my body. Yeah, it's like I am so sick right now. Did an hour workout, went home, and I was like, oh, I should probably get tested. Went to get tested, like, yeah, you got COVID. I was like, yeah, figured it out, and just went home. And called the hospital or the clinic. And in Serbia, they have like here like public healthcare, but they also have private healthcare, which is like a lot better there. So I just went. I'm like, hey, they're like, oh, we have a whole COVID division. Come in. Here you go. You're booked. Hour and a half. Went to see the doctor. Gave me a bunch of vitamins, bunch of stuff, and take your blood. They test everything. And they're like, oh, you're good. Okay. Come back in 4 or 5 days. After day 3, I felt fine. I just watched Squid Game. Dude, I was obsessed. I'm obsessed with like not being fat. And like I want to be in shape, so I would literally watch TV and I just do 10,000 steps in my apartment in a circle. I'll just walk in a circle for 10,000 steps. I had my Apple Watch on. I'm like, oh, only 3,625. Got to keep going. I'll put an episode on and just walk. Boom, boom, the entire time. If someone saw me, they'll think this guy's psychotic. But I was the type of kid who was like middle of the class. I'm like, teacher, can I do 6 laps around the track and come back? She's like, yeah, Luka, you might have ADHD. I'm like, I might have it, but whatever. I'm a straight A student. Let's go, baby. And yeah, I would do that. So I'd walk around and then I was good. But dude, here's the funny thing. I got back, took the blood, you're no COVID, whatever. Day 5. But she's like, well, you know, COVID, it's had an effect on people's hearts and all this. And I said to myself, okay, I'm not going to just sit around for a week. Can I go and get a cardiologist? Can I go to a cardiologist? She books me like the best cardiologist. I have all the stuff. I'm doing on a bike and the cardiologist goes, whoa. I said, what? He's like, you're in great shape. I said, thank you. He said, can I go train? He's like, train, run a marathon, live your life, buddy. Do an Ironman tomorrow. You're good to go, baby. And I finished the testing. I'm like, here we go, baby. And I went to the gym that day. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that was it. Dude, the one day when in those 5 days, I couldn't take walking in anymore, like in the circles, watching a show. I walked 39 kilometers that day. I just went. I walked 39 kilometers. No. I walked 30. I left my apartment. Oh, you left your room. Like from Monday to Friday. By Wednesday, I already felt better. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. So I walked 39K that day. I'm like, I'm gonna put on a podcast or something or ebook, and I'm just gonna walk around Belgrade. And I'm just like, I'm gonna walk to the opposite end of the city and walk back. See how long that takes. If you walk like 35,000 steps, your feet are literally like your calves, your hamstrings are like
your Achilles on the verge of just rupturing.
Literally.
There's another stab.
It looks like it feels like you literally just did calf raises 9,000 times. You did 9,000 calf raises. That's what it literally feels like. Your calf is like this, and you're like, if I touch my calf,
Like it will explode.
yeah, I'm cramping so hard right now that I might just collapse on the sidewalk here. I won't make it home. What's wrong? I got a cramp. I need a banana. Yeah. Yeah, it's that was my COVID story. But yeah, it was good. Yeah.
God damn.
Did you have it?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't. I don't know if I get in trouble with this, but I didn't get tested. I just stayed home.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I had it. Yeah,
Probably.
I got really bad shivers, and I felt like I was in a fucking iceberg.
Iceberg.
I was sweating.
He was sweating in an iceberg.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you had shivers. You weren't hot. You had shivers, but you were.
But, dude, I had a fever, and then I got really bad shivers for like 3 hours. I was like under like 5 blankets and like 3 fucking like pillows, and I was just like, this is it.
Shiver me timbers. Yeah.
This is it. It's the end of the world.
I'm making it. That's how I felt in Thailand. When I went to Thailand, I got food poisoning. When I was traveling from Phi Phi Islands to Phuket, I literally threw up 4 times before I was supposed to go, and I didn't have enough strength, so I laid on my luggage without wheels, and I just kind of like pushed my way through. And this Thai woman sees me in a coffee shop because I had 3 hours till my ferry, and she said, You're not good. You're not good. I said, I know good. I know good. Yeah, you take these. She put some like ointment on her fingers. Yeah, you take these. I'm like, all right, I'm taking it. Yeah. So like I was destroyed, and I sniffed some ointment, threw up all in the bathroom of the restaurant, and I just come up to my buddy. I'm like, we should probably leave. He's like, what did you do? I'm like, I just destroyed the bathroom. I literally threw up on the mirror, the sink, like it destroyed it. He's like, all right, check please. And I thought I wasn't gonna, that was the worst I've ever had. I don't know what I had. I got some freaking food poisoning virus or something out there. And I was traveling, and then they had the AC on in the ferry, and I was like shivering the entire time. Slept like 14 hours. The next day I woke up brand as new. But I'm a big now. What you know? You should get on. I've been on it for 6 months. Ice cold showers, baby.
Yeah.
Every morning, I just 3 minutes
Dedication.
ice cold. I just walk in. I don't even think about it anymore. I enjoy it now. Now it's just like I just walk. Woo, baby! Welcome today. It's a new day. Let's get going. Wim Hof, baby. Tony Robbins. And the worst. Come on, Tony Robbins, baby. Energy. I want energy. All of you now. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I literally started doing it. You can't think about it. People always say to me, Luka, I want to do cold showers, but it's like, I put my toe in, I put my toe out. I put my finger in, I put my finger out. I said, dude.
Put my dick in, put my dick out.
You can do that too. That's cold.
Yeah.
So I tell them, dude, when you're doing an ice cold shower, an ice bath, you can't think about it. You literally crank it all the way cold and you just get in. You are just like, it's like cliff jumping. You don't like look over the edge 15 times and then jump. I'm sending it. First couple weeks, it's tough. And after now, like I just take an ice cold. I literally just shower with cold water now.
Do you just feel it like mentally? Do you just feel like a fucking barbarian?
You feel so good.
Like a fucking Navy SEAL.
And you can search it up. It's good for immune system support. It's good for burning fat. It's good for your metabolism. But not only do you feel it builds mental strength, but also what you feel, it's paradox. When you step out of a hot shower, you're cold. You get out in a hot shower, you're cold. When you're in a freezing shower and you step up, you're so warm. You're literally like, wow, I'm so warm, because your body is pumping blood everywhere. And you step out of that, you feel like $1 million. You're like, well, I'm so warm right now. It's the middle of winter. I was doing them in the middle of winter.
$1
million.
Not 2 million, but $1 million.
Yeah. So I've been on that. I love that. And that's just like, it's all about discipline, right? It teaches you discipline every morning, ice cold shower, every morning, 6 a.m., ice cold shower.
Every morning,
even on the weekends, even last night. I literally went out Saturday, had a couple drinks, but I'm a heavyweight now, apparently living in Europe. So I was fine. I was going to church on Sunday, and I literally woke up, and I just ice cold shower, boom, like brand new, even on a Sunday, every day. This morning too, after I work out, boom. Or sometimes before. I usually like to do it before, just because, like, dude, it gets your blood pumping. It's the best thing for like a pre-workout.
Yeah, and your days
better than a pre-workout. You can take a pre-workout, or you can just ice cold shower. It's much better.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's fucking.
Get on it tomorrow morning when you wake up.
I'm on it.
Do you wake up groggy or you're like, oh man,
Yeah, all the time.
where's the world? I don't want to get up right now.
Mom,
Yeah.
where's breakfast?
Mom, where are the beans? Bring the beans and the eggs, Mom. Yeah. You gotta get out of that grogginess. You just go in like a fucking Navy SEAL. Like, hey! I'm a new man! Alright? That's what I do. You wake up, you feel like $1,000,000. You're ready to attack the day, baby. You don't live the days, you attack them.
Carpe diem.
Carpe diem. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Attack the day, man. You'll have a better life. And the days go by way better. Like, if you live a day, like, you wake up early, you work out, you're on your grind, and by the time it's like 8 p.m. and you're Netflixing and chilling then, you feel like you've earned that Netflix and chill. You know what I mean? Like, you worked hard, you bettered yourself that day. Get 1% better a day. You feel a lot better. If you're just, like, don't do anything all day and then you're Netflixing, you just feel like a fat, disgusting slob. You're like, why am I watching this? I haven't earned this. That's the way I train my mind.
What are you doing after this?
Probably gonna lift because I was shooting this morning with Tyler. So I'm gonna lift.
Gepke.
Yeah.
Hey, Gepke.
Hey there, Gepke. You wanna play basketball? You wanna play basketball, boy? So I'm probably gonna lift and do some work and stuff. But yeah, I gotta get ready for my trip on Thursday, so I gotta get things together.
Okay. Fuck, man. You might have to be the Alex co-host.
We gotta bring on some girls here.
I know. We gotta.
It's good to have those conversations that you had. Is good to get like a female perspective. Let's see what she's gonna say.
Yeah.
Because you've brought on some girls on here that, as I've told you, you know, they're cap, as the kids would say these days.
Yeah.
They straight cap, boy.
And dude, that's the thing. One thing that's like a lot of people are gonna like find weird about this convo. Maybe I'm just assuming. I don't want to make any assumption. I am making assumptions actually. Is that like it's just two guys talking about it. So girls are gonna be like, well, you don't know, like you
don't know me, you don't know Sabrina, Katrina, Latifah, you don't know any of us. I don't, but I'll get to know you.
Yeah, I'll get to know you, and
yeah. So yeah, it's good to bring the girls on.
We will. I will.
Is there any other things you want to chat about?
Fuck Nikola Jokic and Novak Djokovic.
Donald J. Trump.
We'll get fucking killed for this. We'll get fucking cooked.
Well, they can talk about Jokic. Yeah, I mean, well, if we talk about Trump, this episode will be banned from YouTube. Yeah.
Well, dude, I mean, Trump. I don't know. It's very man. That's the thing, though. Like, we should be able to talk about him.
We should. Look at the Nelk boys. They interviewed him,
but they took the episode down.
The YouTube did, yeah.
Yeah,
after they had 8 million views in a day or something. Their highest viewed ever.
Yeah. And Dana White, you know, everyone.
And Alex Jones on their website. I watched that episode. That was great. They didn't even put it on YouTube because they're like, it's no point anymore.
Yeah, and that's just, dude. And
remember Donald Trump said in the interview, he said, this is going to get taken down. He literally said that in the podcast. And
like a day 2 days later, like within 24 hours, they got taken down. 36 hours.
Yeah.
Some shit.
It's interesting to see like Elon Musk, if he's gonna like change Twitter, and then why doesn't Twitter start like, you know, if he make like a tube platform like where you can put videos up on Twitter, like longer videos and stuff like that. I mean, he's paying $40 billion for it. You think you can have like a video player on it?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That deal hasn't gone through yet because they did their forensic audit and they had a lot more. About 20% of the users on Twitter are fake. They said it was 5% in their SEC filings.
How do you know this shit?
I'm a reader. I read Business Info. So basically he said, oh, your company's worth $44 billion because you have X amount of users. When you find out that that number is incorrect by 15%, it's not gonna be the same offer. So apparently now they're back at the negotiating table.
What businesses are you doing? Let's talk about that.
Oat milk, baby. Simple Oats. Doing oat milk. We have a new tech company we're starting right now. Early stages. Startup. It's a tech startup. Really cool idea Connor thought of. Currently raising our seed round right now. And then we have the Vegano Foods, our vegan food company. So we did like vegan food delivery. We also do like protein powders, greens. What happened with me, I've been taking those like greens my whole life, basically. And one thing I hated was that anytime you take any sort of like green supplement, like it would ruin your protein shake. So it's like, I got chocolate peanut butter. I do a hard workout. I'm like, oh, almond milk and chocolate peanut butter protein. This is going to taste so good. And then I would put in my greens and it would taste like spinach, kale, peanut butter. And I would like spit it out. And I'm like, this is disgusting. Why can't someone just make a greens with no flavor? So that was one of our big things. They've been a hot seller and I love it. It's tasteless. It's great. I have it every morning after my workouts, and I've been doing that. And then backgrounds in finance, finished that, and been working in the stock market since then, and always trying to diversify. You know, they always say the average millionaire has 6 sources of income. So like I can have a job or work on a project, but I'll have like 3 or 4 other things on the go that I want to make money on, right?
Yeah.
You gotta
You're
be
a character, man.
You gotta be hustling, baby.
Hustling, bustling.
That's one thing I love about the U.S. compared to Canada, though. In the U.S., like there's so much more money and so much like people are hustlers out there. Like you try and sell someone something, and you're like, why would I try it? I don't know. Why are you trying to sell me this? In the U.S., they're like, yeah, I'll try it. I'll see if it's good.
Yeah.
I love that. I love, like, I just made a lot of people.
They don't get in the way of your hustle, but they, you know, they put their head down, do whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah, I love it. Like in the U.S., like I know, like literally American, what do you call it? the American dream? Like guys that literally came to the U.S. like literally no money are multimillionaires. Like literally multimillionaires. Good friends of mine that literally have Lamborghinis, like people's dream cars. Like didn't inherit money, daddy didn't do anything. Literally were dirt poor. Came to the U.S. with like $3,000. Lived in like a 1-bedroom, like 6 dudes. And like now drive a Lambo truck or like a Lamborghini Urus. It's crazy. So I'm all about that. I love it. And I still think, you know, obviously people in Canada, I think they're better than the U.S., a lot of them, as you probably know. But I think the U.S. gives like way bigger opportunities for everything, for business, for anything, like for life. Like you can make a lot more money down there.
Yeah.
It's also a lot cheaper to live down there other than like San Francisco and New York, unless you're in like Manhattan. But yeah. So I don't know. I've lived a lot of places in the U.S. Most people don't understand. Like I've been to 35 states. I've literally lived in California. I've lived in Texas. I've lived on the East Coast in Boston. Like I've seen a lot of different parts of the U.S. I've been to freaking Arkansas. Yeah, we're in a Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I'll tell you ahead. I'll spend my Thanksgiving in a Gordon Corral.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
I haven't been to the ABQ yet. Yo, y'all, it's Jesse Pinkman.
Jesse Pinkman.
Yo, Mr. White.
What we doing, Mr. White?
Yeah.
Gus friend.
Yeah, the ABQ Albuquerque. I heard Santa Fe is nicer, but I've never been to New Mexico. I definitely want to check it out, but it's like a big desert, right?
It's just a desert. It's a lot of sand.
A lot of
sun and sand.
I think, you know, the paradox of Vancouver is like it's so beautiful, but you have so much rain, right? But you can't have all this green in this ecosystem without all that rain. So it's like that I understand why people like you don't realize till you leave Vancouver and you come back, you're like, it rains so much here.
Yeah, man.
Where you're like, it actually, like before, I'm not a big guy like, oh my God, it's raining. I'm sad. I can't do anything today. I'm not like that guy at all. But I'm just saying, like, man, once you leave Vancouver and you come back, you're like, dude, people are swimming in the Mediterranean right now. They're having a great, it's summer, baby, in Europe. It's 35. Yeah. They're, you know, people, my friends have more pants.
This time last year, it was like people were tanning in Van. It's just this year, it's like, it's called El Niño or whatever. It's El Niña. El Loco.
Me llamo El Niño.
It's like our summer's gonna be a little bit more wetter and colder than usual.
Yeah,
more wet.
I thought it was global warming. It's climate change now, boy. It's another topic we can get into. But
no.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. I mean, we've talked a lot,
dude. All I want to say is that when you and I. Nikola Jokic, baby.
Yeah.
You texted me his first year, like, this guy's pretty good. He's fat, but he's good. Yeah. And back-to-back MVP, baby.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's from a town of like 20,000 people. That's what people don't realize.
For people that don't know, we're talking about Denver Nuggets center Nikola Jokic, 2-time NBA MVP, back-to-back.
Yeah. He's literally from a town of 20,000 people. He can do a push-up. He's a back-to-back MVP. That's crazy. It's just like...
Fuck, he was a thickie. He
was weird. Did you know that Luka Doncic was skinny when he got drafted?
Dude, he was really skinny. He was like athlete.
So was Jokic. And then they moved to the U.S. and they got obese. And now Jokic lost all the way, but Doncic just said, no, I'm just going to be fucking thick.
Yeah, just tree trunk. Dude, beefcake.
When you see him live, you're like, that guy is a beefcake. That guy's a keg. That guy's built like an iron keg. Yeah.
But he's so fucking good.
Yeah, because you can't guard him. You can't put like a 6'5" athletic skinny guy on him and think like, Oh yeah, that's gonna work. He weighs 190. He weighs 250. That's gonna work.
He's actually 250. Like that's fucking heavyweight.
Do you understand that he doesn't even need to get by anyone? He just needs to get him on their hip and just like his fat shoulder and just puts it in his chest and he shoots a little turnaround.
Yeah.
I know.
He's so fucking good, man. But like, they need to figure it out, man. Dallas, man. Fuck, man. I want Jokic and Luka to do well.
I know.
Their teams are fucking like.
Imagine if they paired up.
Oh fuck.
That'd be just.
They were talking about that, weren't they?
I know.
Like for a little bit, like the
They
slight.
should both go to Dallas. Jokic just go to Dallas.
Fuck.
That would be so sick.
That'd be like championship.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people get flack on Luka though because he is so ball dominant and that like he can't play off the ball. Like his usage rate is the highest in the NBA.
He literally dribbles the ball like 98% of the time.
Yeah.
It's
like the offense is I'm dribbling.
Like Spencer Dinwiddie is like standing in the corner like fucking diddling his balls. Like just like fucking DJ DJ Diddles.
That's a good name. Name's DJ Diddles. I'm at Celebs tonight. Yeah. So you're right because they only score when Luka Doncic decides to pass. It's like, oh, 2 seconds left on the shot clock, jumping, skip pass across the key.
Yeah, dude, and they're not ready. They haven't shot the whole game. It's like, oh fuck, I gotta shoot now. Like,
yeah, I don't know. He's. I think that's the only thing, because they got absolutely destroyed by the Warriors.
Yeah,
like 4. What was it?
They got fucked up.
Yeah,
4-1.
They also shoot a lot of threes, but don't have that good of shooters, which I think.
Yeah, Reggie Bullock.
Yeah,
like, fucking hit a 3, dude. Like hit a 3. Like you're wide open. That's my thing. Like you're wide open. Like you went 0 for 9. Like you gotta hit 1.
I agree. And you're paid millions of dollars to do that. Like you gotta like
it's your occupation.
I agree.
To hit a fucking 3-point jump shot.
Well, Reggie Bullock, like he's like a Duncan Robinson. Like he just doesn't enter the 3-point line. Just stays on the 3-point line.
Fuck.
The Heat, man. I thought they were gonna make the finals.
I know.
Good for the Celtics.
I wanted the Heat to win.
Who are you going for in the finals?
Dude, I'm not a fan of either, but I mean, I like Steph.
You like Steph, yeah, but you don't like the. I hate Draymond Green. Draymond, if you see this, I hate you. Call me on your podcast. I'll tell you why. I think Draymond Green is one of the worst basketball players I've ever seen in my life. And it's not a shot at Draymond. Like he doesn't know how to dribble a basketball. Watch the game. Every time he dribbles, it's almost a turnover. It's like
he could low-key shoot though, like in 2016. Like
what happened? What happened?
Yeah, like
how he shoots, it's the side of the backboard. And I get it. He's an energy guy. He's a defensive guy. I get that. That's all. You need a guy like that on your team. I'm just saying, like, he shouldn't dribble the ball up the court and lead transition.
Yeah.
Which he does sometimes.
He just got so lucky with Clay and Steph, man. Like, literally quite literally the 2 best shooters of all time on his team.
And the season that they both were injured, he averaged a triple single.
Yeah.
He averaged like 5, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean.
Fucking, he talks a lot of shit. Yeah, he's
You saw what Jaylen Brown said, right? He tried to pull his pants down.
Yeah.
And that's his job. I get it. He's like a goon. Like
yeah.
He's great at his job. If that's his job, I'm just like
he's gonna be a Hall of Famer though, man. Think about that. For a triple single, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer.
Well, he thinks he's the best defender of all time. He literally said that in an interview or something. He thinks he's the greatest.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so fucking dude. One thing, I don't know if you've noticed, but one thing that pissed me off in the Memphis fucking Grizzlies series against the Warriors.
Yeah.
Memphis lost the game, and John Morant, fucking pussy, man. You bruise. You got a bruise and you're not playing in the playoffs. That was his injury.
A bruise?
Like a fucking, like a leg, somewhere on his leg, a bruise. And he just didn't play. And he's on the sideline having a good time, you know, just like supporting his teammates. But when they lost, he was literally like laughing and just like conversating with the fucking Warriors, just like shooting the shit, laughing, joking around. It's just like, dude, you just lost the fucking playoff series and like you guys were pretty good. Like you guys could have actually like made a legitimate run. Like my thing is,
do you follow the ball don't stop guy on Instagram? Ball don't
stop. No, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he was just made a good post about that. He just said like it's not as competitive as it used to be because everyone's like buddy.
Dude, imagine if Kobe started like, do you think Kobe would be laughing?
No, that's why it's Mamba mentality. No one's built like Kobe.
Yeah.
LeBron's like a wannabe Kobe, dude. Kobe has more skill on his one pinky finger than LeBron's entire game.
Yeah. We've had this combo.
I actually don't understand how people like LeBron James, but okay. Like, Kobe Bryant's so much better.
So much more skilled.
He's just better at basketball.
Yeah.
He can dribble better. He can shoot better. He can pass better. He's a better defender. He was all NBA first team all the time.
Yeah.
Kobe was an absolute. And then Kobe was like, spoke Italian, spoke French, spoke Spanish, English, was so like eloquent, like a smart guy. Like when he talked, you listen. LeBron's like, yeah, what's up? LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron James. Yeah, I just.
What if LeBron sees this? He's like, hey, Luka.
I hope LeBron sees this. Yeah, that would be if LeBron. I'd love to have a sit down conversation with LeBron. LeBron gets called out all the time by people like.
If LeBron was right here, would you actually talk to him like you're pissed, or would you be like, holy fuck, this is LeBron?
I would absolutely not be. Oh, LeBron James. I'm like, dude, I hate everything you stand for. I disagree with you on 90% of things you say. Just want to let you know. I don't get started, dude. I've literally, when I was living in West Hollywood for a bit, I literally saw so many celebrities, like sitting right next to me. It's the celebrity's a celebrity. What's an actor? He gets paid to be on a TV screen, play characters. Singer, songwriter, athlete. That's their job, right? Like people get too like, whoa, my God. I'm like, that's his job. Just like a plumber goes to work in the morning, this guy goes to the studio to record a song or a movie or to the court to play a game or a match, right? Yeah. They're just on TV when they do it or they have exposure. They're just regular human beings, right? They have a talent.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you treat them normally, they respect you more anyways.
Yeah, they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, LeBron's a brand. He has a team that's working with him. He says the right things. He needs to say the right things.
He just became a billionaire, though. You saw that?
Yeah, fucking guy. Good for him.
Yeah. The only thing I don't realize is about that is that they said, a Forbes article, he made $400 million from basketball, but he lives in California, where the state tax is 55% after like over $250,000. So like, wouldn't he only make like under 200,000? Like because when you're playing the NBA, because I know a couple NBA guys, and I asked them this question, I'm like, hey, what happens? Like, how do you get money? Like, how does it, like, what's the financial payout structure of the NBA? They told me you get a check per game, and the state taxes on that check are by the state that you played in. So that's why if you play, like Steph plays in California, Luka Doncic plays in Texas, there's no state tax. So for Steph Curry plays 41 games a year where he pays full tax on everything, the highest tax possible, while Luka Doncic does not pay state tax in Texas. So he makes way more money on all his home games than Steph Curry. Because you're talking about, hundreds and hundreds of thousands every game, and you're talking about like a difference of like 20% in tax. So
damn.
Yeah. So they were saying like that's why it's like the worst to play in like New York and stuff. Because you like, let's say you're the Miami Heat and you're playing in New York and you're supposed to make $600K that game, they take the taxes. The New York State takes taxes and they have a super high tax bracket too. So
what you're saying, it's mathematically impossible for LeBron to be making $400 million living in California.
His NBA salary can't be that because they pay taxes, right? When you're an NBA player, you're an employee of the team, right? So you have full benefits, but you're an employee. You're not like a sole proprietor. You're not an independent contractor. You're not your own corporation. Like you're an employee. So you're gonna get taxed because you're an employee. Just like the coach, you're all employed by the Los Angeles Lakers, which pays your salary, and your salary is $40 million pre-tax. I talked about that's why a lot of NBA guys go broke, right? Or professional athletes go broke. So I signed a 3-year, $60 million contract. No, you didn't. You signed a 3-year, probably like $28 million contract.
Yeah. People don't know that.
Well, yeah, of course. You got to pay taxes. This is disgusting when you actually think about it. How much taxes they pay. But to be fair, they take it off their check. It's not like LeBron got $30 million a year. No, you just get $15 million. Like they already take it off your paycheck, your game.
And then they give you whatever.
Yeah, they give what's left after like.
It's every game?
Every game.
You know this for a fact, dude?
Yeah. I talked to literally a person in the NBA who's been in the NBA for the last.
Ooh, can you disclose his name?
I can disclose his name. Bogdanovic. My buddy Bogdan, yeah. Yeah, I had a long conversation with him and his buddy because I was
Bogdan. Fuck, I was thinking of
Bojan.
Fuck.
Bogdan, yeah.
Bogdan, shit.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. So I was talking to him and his buddy about this. Because I was always like, oh, you don't pay state, like, because I'm like, oh, like Luka Doncic makes way more money. He plays only in Texas, no state tax. Florida, Jimmy Butler. He's like, no, it doesn't work that way. And he was explaining it to me. So.
He lives in Georgia, so he does.
I think it's not a tax-free state. I don't think. Like, I don't think it's like. I think they have state tax there as well. There's not a place in Canada like that though, because quick little tax thing for everybody, but you have provincial tax and you have your federal tax. So like the tax rate of BC might only be 24% in the highest bracket, but then you add the other 45% from the federal government. Oh, sorry, another 25% from the federal government, and you get to your 49% or 50%. Right? You pay tax to two people. In the States, there's many states that said, oh, we don't need to take a state tax, so you only pay the federal level of tax. Florida, Nevada, Texas, Delaware, Arizona. Yeah.
Fuck, man. You're just a bundle of knowledge. You've always been a fucking...
I love it, baby. I love to read.
Versatile cat, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I have a degree in finance, so I should know something. Yeah.
Hey, man. This has been good. Alex gave me the wrap-up sign.
Oh, yeah. Wrap her up.
Yeah, it's been like, wrap her up.
Yeah.
This is...
I'm telling you, baby, I could talk for 9 hours. Alex Jones, Joe Rogan here, buddy. 3.5 hours. We didn't even get political, which is crazy.
I know. Fuck. I'm like...
Next episode, if I go political, oh, man.
We're going to have you on again.
Yeah.
You're coming on again.
Oh, yeah.
Possible co-host.
Oh,
we gotta
love
talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Enjoyour24, episode 20. Luka Petkovic.
Big 2020.
2020 vision.
Yeah.
Oh,
see it all.
Long-time friend, one of my
20 years,
friends.
baby. It's great. 20 years I've known you. Episode 20.
Episode 20.
I love that.
It's meant to be, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Like and subscribe. Comment, hate, whatever you want to do. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on whatever, and I'll be here. Do my thing.